y'all. What's up? Thank y'all for joining. Look at where I'm at. I'm home. Hey. Yes, hallelujah. Okay. Glory. Let's get into the show. Okay. Good morning, team. Happy Real Thursday. Because yesterday, child, I wanted to be Thursday so bad. So happy Real Thursday. Okay, let's speak to everyone. I see my mods are here. Truth is in the building. My top flight is in here. Felicia is here. Kim. Good morning, Tiffany. My other top flight is in the building. Good morning. Who else we got? Who else? Yvette Bell. Good morning. The Angie B is here. Good morning. Hey, Red. And everybody coming in. I see you, Faith Williams, Janet Driscoll. Good morning. Y'all, pardon me, I got multiple screens going over here, okay? All right. I'm multitasking. C. Lewis, good morning. April R.N. Virgo is in the house. Linda Slayer, good morning. Shaquanda is here. Good morning. If y'all need a good RN, honey, go and holler at April. She got you. She gonna get y'all right, honey. She gonna step on your chest and give you them compressions, girl. If you can't breathe good over there, okay? If y'all get to fainting in the chat, laughing too hard, go and call on April, honey. She got you. Who else we got? D Nice is here. Bernadette Clemens is here. Brittany is here. Sophia Jordan is here. All right. Who else we got? Who else? Y'all are here. Thank y'all so much for joining. It is Thursday. Let's get into the show. Of course, everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Good morning, Yvette Bell. Good morning, Britain. Good morning, Sophia Jordan. Good morning, MB. Good morning. Darlene Mungum is in the house. You guys are still pouring in. Thank you guys. Please hit that like button for me, okay? Let's get started, honey, because we got to get going. So we stay on task, honey. Let's get into politics. Politics is first over here. Y'all know how we do it. Let's get into it. See, I can navigate like this, honey. I can fly right on through. All right, shout out to News One official. Let's go, honey. So the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem has been having a rough couple of months since the brutal, inhumane, and general deplorable behavior of federal immigration agents deployed by Trump administration, as well as DHS's propensity towards lying about said behavior was plainly exposed for the world to see, resulting in a PR nightmare for DHS and the White House. Let's get into it.
What is phenomenal to me is immigration was your president's number one issue, overwhelmingly popular with the American people. But now it's overwhelmingly unpopular. And it's not because you are deporting dangerous people that everybody here wants out of our country. No, it's because you're going into our schools. You're terrorizing our children. You're detaining children. You're arresting Americans. You're breaking into our homes. You're terrorizing our streets. You're violating our rights to peacefully protest again and again and again.
None of
and then
that
when
is
a court tells you
None
to
of
stop,
that is true.
and then when a court
You are
tells
trying
you to stop,
to impede
you
us
violate
from enforcing
judges'
the
orders,
law
not in
and
a
getting
partisan
dangerous
way,
criminals off of our streets, so we don't have more families like the ones that are sitting behind
there
you.
And tell me that
Lost
you are
their children. They're
responsible
gone forever.
for the running of your agency when you're not even aware. Either you are utterly incompetent or you are violating laws with impunity. You should step down from your position. If you don't, you should be removed by this president. And if not, Congress should impeach you. This is what is phenomenal to me.
Well, I love that word impeach. Can we send that right on over to Trump too? All right, while we're getting her ass out of office because she ain't doing her job like she's supposed to, send that energy right on over there to Trump as well. All right, moving right along, honey. I love him, child. He be on everybody's ass. We're gonna hit it and quit it with this topic right here. That's for a lot of you guys that fly frequently or that you have some flights coming up. There's a new law that's going on here, child. So I hope you guys abide by it. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. United Airlines introduces a new strict headphone rule, and plus loud passengers could face flight removal or permanent ban. They're being very serious about this. You guys remember a few months ago, Portia Williams found herself in it with a Karen on a flight who tried to say she had her she didn't have any earphones on. She was playing her phone on something on Instagram without earphones. It was very disruptive to the woman on her row, at which they had some words. And Portia almost found herself in a legal situation when the woman said that Portia maybe threatened her or was aggressive in tone with her. And of course, you know, the ladies had to be removed from the airplane. Thankfully, some other people or passengers did step forward for on behalf of Portia to let the police officers know that Portia was not aggressive in tone, that it was actually the Karen who was out here doing the absolute fucking most, as they always do. But for those of you that will be flying, this is a new rule, and they are being strict about it because you are in close proximities when you're flying. For those of you that's ever flown, if you've never flown, you're just sitting literally right beside someone, like your arm probably is on the next person beside you. That's just how close you are. So it's very rude and inconsiderate when you're flying and you don't have earplugs in. If you're going to be watching something on your phone, I mean, it's just standard. It's just standard, right? Everybody don't want to hear what you got going on in your damn phone. So make sure you're putting in earphones. It said the United Airlines is introducing a stricter in-flight etiquette rule aimed at cutting down on disruptive noise during flights. Now, the Chicago-based carrier recently updated its contract of carriage to require passengers to use headphones when watching videos or listening to audio or personal devices. The policy change was officially added on February 27th and gives the airline the authority to take action against travelers who ignore the rule. All right, we have some people out there. I can do what I want to do. It's my phone. Okay, and you'll be banned from flying. All right, good luck taking the train or the bus, which will take you much longer to get there versus a flight. Now, according to the updated guidelines, the airway may refuse service, remove a passenger from a flight, or even permanently ban repeat offenders who refuse to comply. The policy also notes that travelers removed from a flight may still qualify for a refund. May. I mean, you might get it, you might not. All right, so yeah. What's going on, child? Let's go on. I see some praying hands in here. Let me go in the chat and see what's going on, honey. And know when I get to read and I ain't looking at everything. Prayers and CP Consoles, JCD Creations. Oh, let's go. Yeah, they do need to ban all Karens. I'm sick of Karens, child. I thank the Lord I don't run across Karen. Karens don't bother me. Maybe it's the look on my face. They be like, oh, I ain't fucking with her because she might snap off. So I don't be having Karens coming up on me on that mess. I said, please keep my family in prayer. JCD Creations, y'all send them some praying hands. I know you guys have already been doing it. Let's send up some prayers for her because I hate to see stuff like this, child. Y'all know I love y'all like y'all family. We family in here. So when one is hurting, girl, we all hurting. So JCD Creations, we sending up some prayers, all right, for you and your family. Condolences to you and your family and everybody affected by this loss, okay? All right, child. Let's get this show on the road. I'm hating to hear that. Anytime somebody lose somebody, because we all know, child, that's a pain that only one that you can only imagine, right? That you don't want to imagine, was said that way. All right. I think we've all been there. So I definitely have compassion for those that lose loved ones. All right. Let's get on to the next portion of the show. Let's get to the next portion of the show because, baby, I got to go. All right. Yeah. Keep sending up those praying hands and say a little prayer. All right. I always say a prayer for somebody when they're going through something because you don't never know when it's your turn. And you want somebody to be just as sympathetic for you as you were for them. Let's move along, honey. Bill Cosby faces the trial in Santa Monica over the 1972 sexual assault claims. We already know he's being sued, you guys, by a woman by the name of what is her name? Oh, Donna Mossinger. Okay, Donna Mossinger, another white lady child, came forward to say that Bill Cosby drugged her, honey, with Quaaludes to be exact. Gave her some Quaaludes that she thought was an aspirin. She was knocked out after that, after she took the Quaalude that she thought was an aspirin, and he then had his way with her sexually. She woke up to realize that clothing were missing and that she was violated. Several women have come forward, as we all know, that said that Bill Cosby did this to them. He did have a pattern of behavior. Most of the women, if not all of their stories, sound very similar, if not the same, saying that Bill Cosby did this to them. This was done in hotels. This was done in another one of his properties away from his main property that he stays in with his wife, Camille, and several other places that these women have come forward to say that they met him at different locations like bars, restaurants, and he would sweet talk them and invite them out on little dates. Upon doing that, he would offer them a drink. or they, you know, he would offer them an aspirin of some sort. I don't know why everybody had a headache when they got with him and needed a fucking aspirin. But at the end of the day, it seems like, child, you cannot go to Bill Cosby's house and get no drinks from him because he be on that sprinkle bullshit. So he's now paying for his crimes that he committed way back in 1972. All right, we already know Andrea Constant sued him and got a substantial amount of money from him, millions that he had to pay to her for damages in terms of how he did her as well. But it seemed like Bill Cosby had a problem, and he definitely had a type because all the women that he did this with were white. And you didn't have to do this shit because you had a whole wife at home. I don't know what your relationship with Camille Cosby was back then or what it is now. Maybe he had an sexual demon. Sounds like he needed some therapy for having an sexual habit, if you will. And he took it out on these women, and now he's paying for it. And I mean, that's how it is, honey. Karma will spin the block. Unfortunately for him, he's in his 80s, his late 80s, and now he's facing charges and probably jail time again, because you guys know he already spent 3-4 years in jail. They locked his ass up for the last situation. He may get more time behind this because this is going to be a jury trial. So a jury trial has been selected in Santa Monica for a civil trial against Bill Cosby, where Donna Monsinger alleges that he drugged and assaulted her in 1972. The trial will focus on Cosby's deposition, where he reportedly discussed Quaaludes, and will consider whether the claims are revived under California's Sexual Abuse and Cover-Up Accountability Act. The trial follows a 2022 verdict finding Cosby liable for abusing Judy Huth. Okay, child, that's a lot of people. All these women coming forward talking about it, honey. So hey, that's why I always tell you, try to do the right thing, because you may not get caught up today, but bitch, it will spin the block on you tomorrow, right? You say they still lying, they're still lying on MJ. Well, I mean, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like a lot of times, because these people are celebrities and they're seen in this light, we want to see them as these perfect people, but nobody's perfect. Even the situation with Bill Cosby, I think he had a problem. I really do. I think that Michael Jackson may have had a problem. I told you guys I watched the documentary, Surviving, was it Neverland? And yeah, Surviving Neverland. And a lot of things in that, I was just like, oh my. Now, again, Michael Jackson was a, king of pop, a force to be reckoned with. But do I feel like he was perfect? I don't. I feel like he had a fucked up childhood, and most kids who grow up with shit like that or were ABUs as children or touched, sometimes they carry that into adulthood, and unfortunately, other people become victims. Okay, Michael Jackson loved to be around children. I told you guys that his housekeeper said that whenever when she worked for Michael Jackson, that he put bells on the door so that he could hear and or know when people were coming down certain hallways in certain bedrooms that he was in with these children, so that maybe he could hurry up and not do what he was doing, as well as underwear that were found on the floor from kids that were sleeping in the same room and or bed with Michael Jackson. So it's a catch-22 for me. Yes, I like his music. Yes, I thought he's very talented. Do I feel like he may have had some problems? Probably, right? And many other celebrities as well. All right, but let's get into this talk here. All right, so a looks like some type of meeting was held for this woman's son who looked like I think he was unalive. This woman came up to speak and advocate for her son, and deputies began to tell her that her time was up. She became very passionate about what she was saying about her son. She wanted to finish what she was saying. Unfortunately, they had to physically remove her from said meeting. So Take Time Foundation, shout out to them. They said that yesterday during my public comment advocating for my son, deputies were already positioned at the podium before I even began speaking, something I had not observed in prior meetings. Said that they told me my time expired during mid-sentence. I immediately continued speaking for a few seconds to finish my point. Immediately, two deputies came closer and attempted to remove the microphone. I extensively continued speaking. Within seconds, multiple deputies physically restrained me with aggression and force. I was not arrested. I was not cited. I was not charged with any offense. Finishing a sentence should not result in physical force. Federal oversight demanded on Douglas County. So it looks like she may be trying to press some type of charges against the officers and the county for being aggressive with her because she chose to speak up for her son. Let's take a little look at this. All right, I'm gonna put my trigger up because, child, People have to understand there are rules and regulations to everything. I get it. You want to finish your sentence, but when they tell you, being that they are overseeing the meeting, okay, there's a certain thing called order. A lot of people don't like to be in order. If they're saying, okay, you know, that's it, you have to follow that, because if you continue talking, please understand they will physically remove you from that setting, because it shows that you are being combative. So let's get into this.
What are you doing? What?
Back it up.
I came on here.
Cool.
What are you doing?
Right there. Yeah.
What? The coroner, Renee Godwin, denied an inquest under the 45-16-27, despite her acknowledging discrepancies and despite stating on record that her own opinion and the own medical review did not align with the clean self-defense.
Ms. Mitchell.
These are not emotional statements. These are facts.
Mitchell.
On December 2nd, I filed a petition with the writ mandamus,
Ms. Mitchell, your time is up.
OCGA 9-6-20, seeking to compel public officials to perform their duties. No, my time is not up. You guys are elected officials.
Your time
on November
is up.
6th.
Your time is up.
You will not be. I don't do it. What?
Your time is up, please.
Okay, I can finish.
Your time.
I can finish. Thank you. Like I said, you will be voted upon November 2026. So don't vote because it's no answers. Look how they coming up for me just because I'm speaking up for justice for my son. But y'all didn't want to arrest the killer. What are you doing? What?
This is for learning and teaching. This video is for learning and teaching.
What are you doing?
Now, let me say this, because I did see a comment in there. I'm not saying that the aggression towards her in terms of removing her was correct. I'm not saying that. I feel like she was very passionate about the conversation and related to her son being unalive. And she did not feel like officials handled it properly and arrested the person who was responsible for the death of her son. That part I do get. But what I was trying to say was there is a certain order when these types of meetings are being held. If you're up speaking and respectfully, they do ask you to maybe step back or say that your time is up. I mean, everyone has a certain amount of time that they can speak. As you guys can see, other people up there. Maybe if they say, hey, you have 5 or 8 minutes to speak, you have to stay within that time frame. If you go over that and they're telling you or motioning for you to wrap it up or say, hey, your time is up, you can't say, no, my time is not up. I'm going to continue speaking. I get it, you're mad because of the situation, but you have to follow protocol. Everybody get what I'm saying? Everybody get what I'm saying? It's a certain order to things. Okay, it's a certain order to things. If she didn't get out everything she had to say right there, I would have reached out to the news station. What better way to get your feelings out or get your message out than to go to the news? 11 Alive News, child. Go to the news station and say, hey, my son was unalive. These people are not hearing me. I want to put out some type of, message to let everybody know that this is what's going on. I feel like justice was not served for my child. That's how you get shit out there. If you want your message to get out in a meeting like this, where it's controlled by, you see all these people sitting back there, they are going to call security and have you physically removed. Now, do I agree that they should have been that aggressive with her? No, I don't. No, I don't. But who's to say how somebody handle a certain situation? Maybe that's how they were trained to remove people from a certain setting when they're trying to handle or conduct business in this type of way. That's what I was trying to say. I agree with. Yeah. Let me go to the comments. I mean, we're not, and honestly, I want you guys to speak how you speak freely on how you feel. We're not going to always agree on certain topics, and that's okay. That's what I like about this. You guys can come over here and definitely give your insight and your comments on how you guys feel about each topic. Again, you're not going to agree with everything that I say, but I'm about order. Anything that I do, I am about order. I don't like when shit is chaotic and out of order. It irritates me to no end. In this situation right here, granted, she was passionate about it, but she was kind of out of order. It's like catch 22, right? Let me look at a couple comments, then we're gonna move forward. JCD Creation said everything should be done in order. Press conference, yes. AMI said that very hard and sad and unfortunate. Said I'm sure that she felt that she had no options. Very unfortunate. Yeah, absolutely. Jeannie said that Macaulay Culkin and other child stars said that MJ saved them from Epstein Island. Said he knew what he knew what was going on and created Neverland and was safe. But okay, we'll go there. But I'm just saying what I saw on the documentary. Okay, I never said he touched a child. I just said that some of the actions that Michael Jackson was involved in, I feel like was kind of questionable. I wouldn't send my child there. Like, thank you for being Michael Jackson, but you a grown ass man, and no, my child ain't sleeping in the same bed with you. I'm just saying, don't put your kids in certain situations for things to be done to them. I get it, you fanning out over Michael Jackson, and he's requesting your child to come and stay in his house. But bitch, you got to also understand he is a grown ass man, and your child should not be sleeping in the bed. He said, I don't see anything wrong with kids in my bed. Well, shit, I do. I would not allow myself, even if he spent the night at your house. If I said, okay, yes, my son can come and spend the night, bitch, he ain't gonna sleep in your bed. Would you allow your child to sleep in a regular schmegular person's bed? If you let your child go to your neighbor's house, is it okay for your child to sleep in your neighbor's bed? He's a male? I didn't think you, but because he's Michael Jackson, it's okay. Let's be fair, okay? Let's be fair. All right, you said I agree with that, Rail, rather than get into the drag that. No. I'm not going to drag anybody for your, I just said I'm not going to drag you guys for having a different opinion than mine. I want you guys to speak freely. I like that. Okay, so she's upset because her son. Right. You guys are right. All right, let's move along, though. I don't want to stay on this too long because we got to get through the rest of our topics, okay? Definitely got to get through the rest of the topics. We'll stop it because I don't want you two to be like, all right, now that's enough. So as you guys can see, she was physically removed and she was taken out of that venue. They did not arrest her. They just physically removed her. All right. Well, y'all can sign off on what y'all think about this. Let's get into the next topic. This right here, I really didn't think this person, I'll leave the trigger up just because of the nature of the subject. Let's go back because I want to hear all of it. All right, so cops are called after a registered SEX offender who recently announced that he's running for Fresno City Council, holds a press conference outside of an elementary school. Now, you guys know if you are a registered SEX offender, you should not be around any school zone around children, period. You shouldn't be around no park. You shouldn't be around no damn school. So the fact that you chose to hold a press conference in front of a fucking school as a SEX offender, I don't care what the fuck you running from. You should have been running from the police. That's what you should have been running from. But anyway, so he holds a press conference outside of an elementary school. He said that my presence in a public setting did not violate the law. Yes, it did, because your ass is an SEX offender. You shouldn't have been there. I don't give a damn what you running for. You shouldn't be allowed to run for no city council, to be honest with you. Let's get into this.
Council candidate Rene Campos. During Friday's press conference, reporters asked Campos if he would get in trouble for standing across the street from a school.
I would say during operational hours, absolutely. I believe they are closed right now. I don't see anyone, and I understand the issue.
I spoke with a Big Picture Educational Academy representative on the phone who says even though the school day was over, they have an after-school program that goes until 6 p.m. every day. The school sent us a statement saying Campos was not invited to stand near the school, and they accuse him of using the school and the children as a political backdrop. But the school is taking legal measures. That includes filing a police report, complaining to Fresno City Council, and sending Campos a cease and desist order from the school's legal team. Big Picture Educational Academy has now filed a police report against.
I believe Fresno deserves leaders that are honest from the very beginning, not the end. So going into this, I'm putting my life out there.
Up front about his status as a registered sex offender, Rene Campos is not running from his past as he runs for office.
I've been given the chance to rehabilitate through the courts and back into the system.
Charged with being in possession of child sex abuse material back in 2018, the Fresno native says he pled no contest to a misdemeanor charge. Now launching his campaign to represent District 7 on the Fresno City Council. He says his focus is on safety.
So I say, let's choose somebody outside the box, somebody who knows the system from inside out. Because I've experienced the laws that we are trying to reform right now. I believe Fresno deserves leaders that are on.
Bitch, what? Somebody said he looked like, who is this Elder Barge looking ass nigga? Okay, cause I've been touching on you for a while. That's what it gives me. Nigga look like he just finished doing some meth, right? You look like you really just finished doing some meth before your ass came on camera. That's how you look, right? You don't need to be running for shit. You don't need to be running for shit. All right. Take your ass home and figure out why you're in the position you're in. Anybody to vote for him, you just as sick as he is. All right, that's the beginning. I had to make that song up. But what do y'all think? Sound off. Do you feel like a person with a past like this should be allowed to run for any type of political position? I don't, especially when it involves being around kids. I absolutely do not. I don't care if you are rehabilitated, bitch. No, SCX offenders, I have nothing for you. Especially if you registered SCX offenders, you should not. Okay, and check this out. Registered SCX offender convicted of possessing child SCX abuse material launches a Fresno City Council run, and he's campaigning on public safety and law reform. Bitch, never would I vote for nobody like this. And anybody that do, like, sir, no, sir. Okay, your asses need to be locked up right along with him because there's something wrong with you too. All right. I don't care nothing about that shit happening in the past. Let's get into this next one. Do I still have my trigger up? Maybe this is gonna be a trigger type of it's gonna be a trigger type of show here. Shout out to Baller Alert. Let's move along into this. Now, I didn't originally want to cover this topic, but it keeps coming up on my timeline, so it must be God saying, "Girl, talk about it." So I guess we're gonna talk about it. All right, let's go ahead and share. I try to avoid this, y'all. I've been seeing this like on my timeline for the entire freaking week, and I said no, and every single time it's like boom right here. Every time it's here, so I've got to talk about it. Shit, it must be meant to be. It kind of made me mad, which is probably why I kept skipping it. Okay, what is going on with our kids? We talk about this all the time on my channel when it comes to parenting your children, knowing where your children are. That's also important as a parent. Your children should not be roaming the streets and you don't know their whereabouts. And not to be able to account for them, because at certain ages, when kids commit certain things against the law, then your ass gonna be locked up and you don't know where your kids are. In this instance right here, some boys ages 12, 13, and 15 are accused of sexually assaulting a 12-year-old girl, putting rocks in her mouth. And this is for Learning Teaching Moment YouTube, okay? Putting rocks in her mouth to muffle her screams so that she could not cry for help. Now, one of the boys' aunts spoke up and tried to downplay the situation. That kind of pissed me off as well, because I don't give a fuck if she did say she wanted to do certain things. Baby, all three of you guys should not have ganged up on this girl and did what you did to her. And then the father not taking accountability for his son being responsible for what he's being accused of, right? Let's get into this. Father of 12-year-old is charged in Miami assault case, calls allegations against his son bogus. Let's get into this. I know you guys are going to be upset. Please sound off on this topic. Now, police say that 3 boys ages 12, 13, and 15 were charged in connection with the sexual assault of a 12-year-old girl at a community garden in Miami. Now, authorities allege that the suspects restrained the victim during the attack. The father of one of the suspects has denied the accusations. Let's get into it.
Boy, we're talking about. We're going to leave him in jail and put a life charge on a young man. A young black man that was visiting Miami. It was with the wrong 2 kids.
Marvin Jones's son, Josiah, is charged with battery and false imprisonment, charges related to the rape of a 12-year-old girl. A police report says the victim says his son, Josiah, held her down and put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming for help.
This is a 12-year-old boy we're talking about. We're going to leave him in jail and put a life charge.
Absolutely. He committed a crime. Right? They are charging them as adults. All these teenagers are being charged as adults, right? What is going on with our kids? Is it the stuff they're watching on social media, on TV, or are they sneaking and watching things they shouldn't be watching? Obviously, you're not watching your child. And then to come up and say, oh, you're charging him as an adult, you're leaving him in jail. He should be there for what he did. These kids are fucking crazy. You'd hold somebody else down and put some fucking rocks in their mouth. Really? When they're trying to cry for help? So 3 juveniles are charged as adults in alleged sexual assault of a 12-year-old girl in Miami's Overton neighborhood. Now, from what I read, it was saying that the young girl was walking through like an alleyway. I think she was going home. The boys spotted her and approached her, circled her. And there was like some type of couch or something like that in an alleyway that somebody threw away. Anyway, they led her there. They lured her, from what I read, and they all kind of ganged up on her and tried to gang R-word. Well, they did gang R-word her, and she was crying for help. And one of the boys did put rocks in her mouth. to muffle her screams so she could not cry for help. Okay, she did report it, and she did give the names of these boys, and they were apprehended, as you guys can see here. They're mugshots. And Miami has, the city of Florida, the state of Florida has decided to try all of these guys, all 12, 13, and 15-year-olds as adults in this case. What do you guys think about that? Do you feel that children should be tried as adults? Let's talk about it. I feel like depending on the crime, probably, yeah. They, of course, will be held in juvenile hall until they are of age to be put into general population for as an adult for the crimes that they commit. If they unalive somebody, they will definitely probably be held accountable as an adult. What do y'all think? Let me know. I'll play what the father had to say one more time.
A young man, a young black man that was visiting Miami and was with the wrong two kids.
Marvin Jones's son, Josiah, is charged with battery and false imprisonment, charges related to the rape of a 12-year-old girl. A police report says the victim says his son, Josiah, held her down and put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming.
That's a crime. Where would you learn that? At 12 years old, where would you know to do that, right? Father, I'm sorry. I know it hurts that your child gonna be locked up and got to be in the system, but at the end of the day, you have to take accountability for what your children do. All right. And you have a lot of parents out there that always like to, oh, not my child. My child would never. Or even when they know that their child did something that's crazy and outlandish, there's always, well, why they got to be so hard on my child? Because you weren't. Right. The system ain't gonna be as soft on your child as you. All right. Love your kids enough to discipline them, or the system will. And you can't control what method they choose to discipline them when they choose to discipline them. Right. Okay, spare the rod, spoil the child. I know that's an old school saying. A lot of you guys don't want to be in positions to where you have to do that to your kids, and raise your kids how you want. I'm not telling you how to raise your kids, but I am saying that discipline has to be in there somewhere. And when you don't do that, kids kind of will get off the beaten path and start doing some crazy, outlandish bullshit. And you will have to sit back and wring your hands and cry as a parent, because you won't be able to do shit about it once they get into the system and the police get them. They're going to do what they want to do. And you just have to stand back and watch. Go cry on the news. That ain't gonna change shit. But let's get into this. 3 Florida kids ranging from 12 to 15 are facing adult charges of sexual assault on a 12-year-old girl in Miami. The 3 youths are accused of assaulting the girl, holding her down, and putting rocks in her mouth to silence her screams. The aunt of Xavier Tyson, went live to speak on the situation. Again, here she goes. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna leave the trigger up. Let's go.
He's savage. So he like, shit, you been talking about you wanted to do this to me. You finna, do me like this. So I guess he got aggressive with her, and she was like, oh, no, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna sleep with all of y'all. I'm only sleeping with him. So I guess whatever happened, while they was running the train on her, the lady who stayed upstairs must have on her way down to check her mail, or you get what I'm saying, drop her garbage or whatever. She seen them, because how the building is made.
First of all, 12-year-olds cannot consent to sex. I don't care who it's with. She's not of age to consent to anything. But let's continue.
Where the lady who seen the kids is like right there, and the farm is right there. So you can look over her balcony and see everything was going on in the farm. So I guess she spotted them. So in the mix of her spotted them, she like, what y'all doing in there? So that's when she want to yell, y'all stop. But she went home. He savage. She never told her mama anything. Going on 2 days. She never told her mama anything. When the lady came to find out who daughter it was, she went and told the stepdaddy. So when the lady told the stepdaddy, that's when the little girl want to tell her mama. They dragged her from the park. They took her there and they raped her. I ain't justifying nothing. Let me tell you something. I ain't finna sit here and read y'all comment. I got on here to check her. If you gonna tell a story, tell a story the right.
We're talking about the R word of a 12-year-old girl by 3 boys who lured her somewhere. And you are sitting on a whole live and defending the actions of 3 boys. I don't give a hot damn if she told them they could do what they did. No. She's not of age to consent to anything. And the fact that you are co-signing this bullshit and getting mad because people in the comments are correcting you and telling you this is stupid, that you will hop your thick back ass on here and defend this bullshit.
Right way. Don't get on here trying to make it seem like my nephew on a run or for none of that. Because if he get direct file too, he already got a lawyer. But I know at the end of the day, your daughter ain't telling the truth. Your daughter only pressing charges because you forcing her to press charges. Your daughter was never a virgin before she got touched.
How do you know? How do you know?
Right is right, wrong is wrong. I never justify what they did was right. At the end of the day, I told them they goofy. All y'all going out of that one little pussy, it's plenty.
Strike that, YouTube.
Little young girls out here that's fast. I didn't even fuck with my nephew.
Yeah, her mouth is a little, but y'all get where she's going, right? Y'all get where she's going. She's defending the boy's actions, and she's mad because the mother of the 12-year-old girl proceeded to press charges against these three boys, and now they're being charged as adults. This blew me. This blew me completely when I saw this. I was just like, I wish I could play the rest of it so you guys be like, oh my God. I see y'all getting mad in the chat. I was too when I first saw this, but I was just like, lady, as a woman, where's the sympathy? Why can't you identify with this situation by this being a young girl? As a mother, you are a mother as well, it sounds like. So the fact that you are co-signing this from boys, suppose this was your daughter. I always tell people, put yourself in somebody else's shoes. I don't give a fuck if she told her mother a week after that happened. The shit was still not right. Obviously, she didn't want that to be done to her if they had to stuff fucking rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming. If that's, I mean, come on, let's look at this. Let's look at this all the way across the board. It's not adding up. The story's not adding up. It don't matter when she told. Look at the situation with Bill Cosby. These women are coming out from 1972 talking about what Bill Cosby did to them in terms of sexually assaulting them. And this is 2026. And bitch, he in court today. In a trial. A jury trial for something he did in 1972. And we in 2026. So I don't give a hot damn when it happened. Like when she told. Maybe she's still processing what happened to her. I mean, I don't think people are running around with rocks in their mouth after someone assaulted them. And they're okay with that shit after it happened. Like, hello, she's 12. She's processing what happened to her being violated by boys that she probably knew in the neighborhood and trusted. Child, let's move on. I don't even want to get hollering in here, child. Y'all know how I get. I'm passionate about kids because I'm a mom. So that shit just kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. I was like, girl, you sitting your thick back ass up here defending these damn kids. They need, all of them need their asses told. Yes, I said it online, child. Oh, these kids, Lord. My son would never, because he know better. Okay, certain things when you raise your kids right, certain things you just don't, you know. And no, you can't always control your kids. Sometimes they do things even when you raise them right. But at the end of the day, you got to know where your kids are. You got to know what they're doing. Stay in their business. Stay on their ass. Stay in their business. Shit like that should never occur. I don't give a hot damn. Moving right along, the Jasmine brand, child. 50 Cent says, hey, I ain't about to go in the booth and argue with you, T.I. Y'all know T.I. and all of his kids came after 50 Cent for coming after Tiny for a picture that was exposed on social media where Tiny was on stage performing with Escape and her skirt flew up and her BBL was all out of whack. 50 Cent chose to run with that and troll her. This has been going on now for what, like a good week. It's a mess. T.I. has done 2 diss songs and 50 Cent says, well, bitch, I'm not gonna argue with you, but what I will do is do a documentary. So 50 Cent, child, hints at a surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary, calls out the rapper over 20 sexual assault cases. You guys remember when all of this stuff took place where these women were coming forward to say that they were out partying with T.I. and Tiny and something was put in their drink. The next thing they know, they one woman was saying that T.I. was putting his toes in places that we would normally put them, right? She even described his feet in terms, you know, in her police report to the police. They were saying that Tiny kind of was like the madam who was kind of luring these girls and having stuff put in their drinks, and said that Tiny would always offer them a drink. The next thing you know, certain threesomes and stuff, they would take their phones when they would go to hotels and go party. And the next thing they know, they would wake up and find out that they were violated. A lot of women came forward talking about that. None of these cases made it to court, of course, but 50 Cent has decided that he wants to do a documentary on T.I. and Tiny about these sexual allegations since they continue to come for him. So y'all know he's petty. That's what he's doing. What do y'all think about that? Child, yes, a surviving T.I. and Tiny. I said, oh my God, am I gonna watch it? Hell yeah, okay. So the Power executive producer shared a post referencing a headline claiming that he reportedly is developing a project titled Surviving Tiny and T.I. and Tiny. The headline mirrors the naming style of past expose-style documentaries that explore allegations involving high-profile figures. So, of course, rapper and TV mogul 50 Cent is stirring controversy online after hinting that a new documentary centered on T.I. and Tiny could definitely be in the works. Y'all know that there's one coming up with Ja Rule in May. Since he was beefing with Ja Rule, he was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do a documentary. So there's one coming out on Ja Rule. There's no telling what he's going to put out there. 50 is the pettiest of them all. Now, alongside the post, it says that 50 Cent appeared to send a direct message to T.I. and Tiny. Let's go ahead and look at that post, child. So 50 Cent are reportedly developing surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary. He says, remember how quiet I got before the Diddy documentary? Dane thought that I wasn't coming. He says that I hope this doesn't mess up your promo tour that they're going to ask about your 20 sexual assault cases. You might want to talk to a crisis PR person. This is beyond. So this is what 50 Cent has sent to T.I. and Tiny since they decided to like gang up on him in this situation when he came for Tiny. I feel like he went a little too far with that. Absolutely. He always goes too far. But now he's going to go further in terms of doing this documentary. He could get sued. He could get sued for putting this out there because T.I. and Tiny were not found guilty in any of these allegations. So maybe he's just bringing awareness to the situation. It is definitely going to be a negative view of T.I. and Tiny after this documentary. Y'all know how documentaries are when you are exposing people, and that's exactly what 50 Cent is trying to do here. So what do y'all feel? It all came from a jab that 50 Cent put out there against Tiny, and of course T.I. that's her husband. She's going to speak up on that, and he's going to speak up on that and defend his wife. And then, of course, she has children who are grown. They're going to also speak up as well and do diss songs. And I mean, King, their son King, he's jumped in it as well, and he's been saying a whole lot of crazy shit as well. So I don't see the shit dying down no time soon. But there may be a documentary on T.I. and Tiny. What do y'all think? Yes, awareness and educational purposes. That's what he's trying to do. But let's get into it, child. Dermatologists say showering every day is not always necessary. Bullshit. And claims that some people only need to wash every 2 to 3 days. Now, medically, that might be the case, okay? But I'm going to just say, yeah, I'm not skipping no showers. All right, I don't care what this shit say. I don't care what dermatologists have to say. It's some funky asses out here reading this bullshit right now. Oh, I was gonna take a shower today, but dermatologists say I ain't gotta wash my ass today. So I'm gonna go on and put these clothes on and go on and sashay my ass on out here to the mall right quick or to work. And your sit down air gonna be knocking people the hell out because you decided to listen to dermatologists when your ass is out here funky and whatnot. Women, let me say this: women, we gotta wash, okay? We have to wash. Now, of course, you don't put all types of soaps and all that shit down there, okay? It's a lot of things. Summer's Eves, and I say it all the time. There's a whole aisle at the store for women, for women's gynecological needs. Let's say it that way. For our WAP needs, let's say it that way. We have WAP needs, okay? So there are so many different things that you can use. But, dermatologists also say don't put very harsh soaps and stuff like that down in your vaginal area because it can throw off your pH balance, and then you be out here really funky and leaking and shit. Okay. We don't need that, right? But showering every day is, I feel like, essential. You should. Okay. If you're going through, especially if you're going through the change of life like some women do when you get into a certain age, you sweating, having night sweats and stuff like that. You don't want to get up having night sweats and just throw your clothes on and go out. You want to be fresh. Don't get up and be putting on all that damn perfume trying to hide it, saying, well, dermatologist said, what is today? Okay, so yesterday I washed, so today is my wash day. Like, no, we're not about to be creating these types of schedules saying, yeah, yesterday I ain't washed, so today I'm gonna go ahead and wash it. We're not doing that shit. As women, we should wash. Men, you should wash your asses too. I can't get with this skipping days, right? So I said, Dove Sensitive, put in the chat what y'all use, okay? It's a whole aisle of shit that women can use to keep themselves fresh. I don't leave the house without a shower. I don't give a damn if I'm just going up the street right quick. No, we're going to shower because mama and grandma always taught me, make sure that you right, honey. You ain't got no holes in your socks. You ain't got holes in your drawers, which I don't keep holes in my drawers, okay? The only holes I have is where I put my feet in and pull them up around my waist, okay? All right, that's the only hoes I have. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to have your shit right. Suppose you get into an accident. Suppose you get sick or something and the ambulance got to come. You don't be out here funky in there, out here doing chest compressions and you ain't brushed your teeth. You done knocked them out. Now we got to call another ambulance for the ambulance. Because you done funked them out in there because you ain't brushed your teeth and washed your ass in there. So let's make sure as people that we handle our business out here. So let's read what they're saying. Some dermatologists say that showering every day isn't always necessary and claim that for some people, washing every 2 to 3 days may be enough depending on activity level, climate, and skin type. Said that others say daily showers are perfectly fine as long as you're using a gentle soap and moisturizing. Okay. So the question is, so let's be honest, are you guys showering every day? And I know a lot of people ain't gonna be like, girl, yeah, I shower what, like 2 days a week. Like, bitch, it should be every day. Okay. I shower more than once a day because especially when I leave work, I definitely want to take a shower to wash off work and the outside, right? We have some people that come from work and get right into bed. No, okay, not on my clean sheets. You won't. Take a shower when you leave work. You around people, germs, people coughing all day long. You done stop to pump gas, like all just outside, the outside world. You want to wash that shit off when you come into your home. For those of you that wear shoes, and you should not even wear shoes in your house, okay? Take your shoes off and don't be wearing shoes all up and through your house because you're tracking in the outside. Maybe I'm just a germaphobe. I don't know. But I'm one of the types of people who love to wash and be clean. All right. If you walk past me, you're like, girl, you smell good. What you got on? First of all, I washed. Okay, first of all, I washed and then I put on that good smelling perfume. I ain't gonna tell what I wear because yeah, but yeah. So it's that for me. It's that for me, honey. You got to get in there. You got to get it. Put your leg up on the side of that thing in there, and you got to get in there, women. Okay, don't make me have to tell y'all how to wash in here, right? But yeah, they're saying here that you should only wash 2 to 3 days a week. There are 7 days in a week. 2-3 days, hell no. I'm not taking heed to that. So for those of you, honey, apply it where you need to. But for me, it's gonna be 7 days a week over here. Okay, we're gonna be in there with that dove, and we're gonna be doing what we gotta do. All right. Because how you gonna tell your man come in here and get this kitty and it ain't your wash day? Your man coming in, he want to go in there and bang it out, and you ain't had no, this ain't your wash day. Child. Okay. Right. He gonna be like, what that thing do? Child, he get ready to go down there and sniff it. He gonna be like, yeah, I already see what it's doing. Let me go on back in here and play the game. Shit. This ain't your wash day. I'll hit you tomorrow on your wash day. Because bitch never. All right, so let's get into the next topic. Say, Caramel crazy. Child, you know I'm gonna give it to you 1,000. All right, 100. So Sharon Moore's alleged affair partner, Paige Shiver, child, is no longer with the Michigan football after her contract was not renewed. Now, y'all know this negative press was gonna definitely get her ass up and fired. I think she probably already knew it. I hope you knew it, girl. So let's go ahead and read, honey. Sharon Moore's alleged affair partner, Paige Shiver, is no longer with the Michigan football program. According to TMZ Sports, it has confirmed that Shiver's contract expired and was not renewed by the university. Now, Shiver, who worked with Moore's staff during his time as head coach, and she was given head too, became central to the scandal that ultimately led to his firing. Now, after Moore's dismissal in December of 2025, an internal investigation revealed that Moore and Shiver had an inappropriate relationship. Now, Shiver reportedly provided evidence to the affair to the university and officials, which led to Moore's termination for cause. And y'all know he went batshit crazy, talking about he was going to unalive himself and all that, just going nuts. Even talking about unaliving her for throwing his ass out there because he got fired from his damn job. Now, following the firing, Shiver's involvement in the affair was confirmed, and she has since parted ways with Michigan. Okay. Now, for context, said that Moore was arrested after an incident at Shiver's apartment where he allegedly threatened self-harm, as I just told you guys. Moore now faces serious charges, including home invasion and stalking, as he awaits an evidentiary hearing in Michigan. His wife is still with him, as you guys, and they have a newborn baby. So his wife had just had a baby. And she has been going to like every single court appearance with him. She's been seen like pushing a stroller, going with him to court. So she's sticking by him. His wife is also a Becky. Now, despite the legal drama, Moore's wife, Kelly, has stood by him, attending his court appearances. As I just told you guys, I saw the videos and pictures online. She is standing by her child. She is Tammy Faye Baker, honey. Stand by your mind. Okay, that's her standing by her man child, even though he cheated on her, was over there doing all kind of nasty, egregious things over there with this girl right here. And coincidentally, I ain't even gonna say it. Shit, I had to catch myself. I almost went there, Lord. Thank you, Lord. See, the Lord be like, zip. Nope, don't say it. I almost said it. See how the Lord be working with me? Thank you, Lord. This child YouTube probably would have yellow flagged my damn video. Girl, I about went there. Ooh, I have to watch my mouth sometime. All right, let's get into the next topic. Let's get into the reality TV portion. What we got? Good, we on track. Let's keep going. All right, Housewives from a Housewife. Said big dumb. Yeah, why do they, child, y'all be getting paid millions and y'all mess up y'all job over some booty? Girl, no. I told that bitch, if you don't go somewhere, sit your ass down. I got a wife at home. Hell no, I'm not about to fuck up my money over you. I ain't about to do that now. All right, so let's get into Real Housewives of Potomac. Carlos King reacts to Giselle Bryant not having a package at the season 10 reunion. Let's get into that. All right, boom. Y'all see Justin back there too. There's Claudia. I forget her name, but let's get into it.
They kept that in, and that to me is sending a message, and it's sending a message for us to talk about. You're only as good as your last episode. You're only as good as your last season. There's plenty of girls who had better seasons that aren't on the show. And not having a package means, yes, you don't have a storyline. That's exactly what it means. I'm not here to mince words. When you don't have a package, that absolutely means you unfortunately did not have a storyline that was worthy of a 3-part reunion. Not 1 part, not 2, but 3. And it is concerning. And
coming from the show thief himself, okay? I guess we'll listen to you, Carlos, because you be stealing everybody's shows and all that. But y'all, I think everybody's known since forever that Giselle ain't had no damn storyline since her ass been on the fucking show. I'm still trying to figure out how she keeps skating by every season and still have a spot on this damn show. Now, yes, she is the shit starter and the shit stirrer on the damn show. She's the bone carrier and all that. That's the position that she carries on this show in addition to Ashley Darby, because she does it as well. But I don't feel like Giselle has anything reputable going on. Thank you for sharing your daughters going to college and all that. Yeah, but we want to see when I watch reality TV, I want to see a little drama. I want to see somebody's story. I want to see who you dating. Like, you know, what's the juicy stuff going on? You don't have no juicy shit going on. You tried to do that with Jamal. That was black. And then Candace had to come up in there and, you know, blast your. I mean, Monique had to come in there and blast your ass and blow up your damn storyline. And you sitting there looking stupid, staring into the camera like, I have nothing to say. You didn't have anything to say because you brought nothing, right? I mean. It just bothers me how Andy Cohen and the network keep allowing Giselle to keep showing up every season and don't bring shit, but she stay in everybody else's business and stir up stuff. I don't understand. Like, girl, who you going down on over there on Bravo? Like, who balls you gargling over there to continue to be able to stay on the damn TV screens like this every season? Because I just don't get it, girl. I just don't get it. Oh, we got to finish what he was saying. Damn, look at me. I done took him out of the equation, child. Let me put him back so he can finish. Let him finish lying to us, child.
For me, it goes to show you that you could be the face of the show, the force multiplier, and all these things, but you have to be more than just, I throw shade, I move story forward, I do all these things. In my opinion, I think Giselle is still one of the greatest. But yes, having no package,
when she become the greatest? Where was I?
Would be concerned. They kept that in, and that to me is sending.
Again, she brings nothing. So yeah, I ain't trying to hear that. That's why you didn't get no damn package, because your ass didn't bring nothing. Okay, you didn't bring a damn thing, as you never do. All right, so let's get into what Angel Massey, child from Real Housewives of Potomac, had to say about the Osefos. Y'all know the Osefos got court coming up here, child, in April. All right. I told you guys yesterday that Wendy wanted her case to be heard like immediately, honey, like next week. But of course, they do not have any placement on the docket for them. Of course, you know, Wendy and Eddie's cases will be heard separately. As I told you guys, we covered that. But let's get into what some of the castmates have to say about Wendy and Eddie. Now, Angel Massey, or Massey, I think that's how she pronounces it, believes that Wendy Osefo was going through her own issues privately and used her as a red herring during the season. It said the Angel hopes justice is served. Like, yes, bitch, I hope you go to jail since you came for me. That's what it's giving. Damn.
18 counts. Yes. And when the feds come for you, they got their case wrapped up tight.
Honestly, I was shocked.
It broke
my heart.
Hey, girl, you have all these degrees. This wasn't even a smart crime.
You know, Nigerians are stigmatized as being scammers. We get a bad rap enough as it is.
Seems like all the accusations against me were really just a red herring, so no one would look in her direction. I hope that justice is served.
That mean, bitch, I hope you go to jail.
Angel, what did you mean when you said you hope justice is served?
That she gets her day in court. For me, it shocked me because all the indictments of me from her throughout the season, I had become a whipping boy of sorts because she was going through something privately that she wasn't sharing with the group and using me as a red herring.
I don't think that's fair. That's a reach.
Wendy, what are your initial reactions to hearing what some of the ladies had to say in that package? Had to say in that package.
I mean, the past going on 3-4 months have been hell for my family. So like when you've hit rock bottom, people's opinions of you don't pierce you anymore.
Giselle, Kay, and Ashley, you don't come across exactly as concerned friends in that clip we just saw. Do you stand by everything you said?
I stand by what I said in that clip. And I was actually genuinely shocked when I heard about it. When I think about Wendy and I dynamic this season, I felt like this was something that Wendy already knew she was going through. And a lot of our relationship suffered because Wendy was going through this.
I felt the exact opposite. I did not feel like this was something that Wendy knew. I felt like my relationship with Wendy, we worked so hard to get to a good place. And of course,
had to say in that
part goes out to your children. But I can't remember whether or not you had the break-in before or after this conversation, but you said Eddie paid all the bills and all that. Remember, I was like, no, you need to know what's going on with your finances.
No, I don't know how to pay my mortgage. I have no idea. I don't know when it's due.
Not Miss 3 Degrees over here don't know how to pay a mortgage. Yeah. Now that's, with all due respect, Nene said the same thing. When Greg passed away, she didn't know how to do a damn thing. Because she said Greg paid all the bills. Greg did everything. She didn't know how to do a damn thing when Greg passed away. She had to be taught how to handle her stuff. She didn't know where he kept papers. She didn't know where anything was when Greg passed away because he handled all the, everything. Girl.
I don't know who my light company is. I don't. And I get it.
You trust your husband.
I do. But my mortgage
I figured that out. And of course, I like Wendy. And
I couldn't be out of the loop like that. What do y'all think? That's weird. I gotta know, baby. I know. Let's move on. I don't care no more. Wendy, prayers up, honey. Prayers up for you, Wendy and Eddie, in this situation. I really hope they don't get a lot of time. Okay. And I'm saying that because of their kids' sake. They do have, young kids. I just really hope not. But again, that was a dumb situation for you guys to put yourselves into. Y'all are both educated business people. Y'all are public figures. Like, you knew better. At the end of the day, you knew better. This is definitely going to be a learning experience for you. And I really hope they don't really sock it to y'all asses too hard when they put, hand down that good time. Maybe y'all might get like a long probation or something if y'all get a good judge, right? But I don't know. This shit is kind of sketchy. Let's get into this child with Kenya Moore still sitting on the sideline hating child. Chris Brown said, how you hate on the outside of the club when your ass can't even get in? Every time you turn around, she's talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta because her ass want to be back on there. But she always throwing that little subtle shade at the girls over there on the show. Let's get into what she had to say. Kenya, everywhere else with where your ass need to be, except down there paying that damn back rent from that damn hair care spot that your ass ain't paid $80-something thousand. But you got time to sit on a podcast and be talking about what the girls are doing that are getting checks, girl. Check that. Let's get into it.
Trailer for season 17 of Housewives. I actually liked the trailer. It was good to see my girls. It was good. I laughed so hard when I saw Angela reading Pinky about her being what is it? Mr. Clean. I can't unsee that. I can't unsee it. I was like, Angela reminds me of a baby me. Like, this is crazy. It was funny, a funny read, lighthearted. And I thought that was interesting. I like it when they keep it cute. I thought the girls for the most part looked great. And I think it's going to be a very interesting season. It's going to be different. It's going to be up to the viewers to determine if they like it or not. It's just a trailer.
We're gonna love it, Kenya. You're not on there. We'll love it, girl. we won't see you twirling on there, hating on everybody. Kenya's not a girl's girl. I noticed. Okay. I started out liking you, Kenya, but further down the line, when you started doing little sneaky shit and stuff you shouldn't have been doing and just acting real crazy on the show, I was just like, I don't like this girl. She's not a girl's girl. It's like Kenya sit back and study girls and she see things, especially somebody that's married. She don't like girls that's married, got a whole husband and all that. That's why she came for Phaedra. But Kenya is not a girl's girl. And I think a lot of that has to do with how she was raised, by her mother not being there, showing her that motherly love. So she doesn't really know how to interact with women or girls because she always has some type of vitriol towards another woman. It's weird. You always find a way to read them or find something wrong with them as to why you don't like them or have to shade them or read them when you really don't have to. Like, girl, play nice. That's why your ass ain't on the show now. Bring that shit down. And I kept saying, maybe when she has a child, and child, you know, had a whole daughter and everything, and you still just as shady and messy as the day you were when your ass came on the fucking show. Well,
trailers. Sometimes trailers are better than the movie. Sometimes the movie is better than the trailer. So we just don't know until we see it. But I'm gonna find a way to tune in between my,
in between not paying rent. Oh, okay.
Trips.
And any of those trips, direction to the damn courthouse so you can pay off these damn loans that your ass supposed to be paying off, or the back rent. Okay. Any of those trips require you at least driving near the courthouse or near where your landlord is so that you can pay him. Okay. Kenya is a deflector. Kenya is never going to let you see her sweat. Now, I respect that. If you were in a fucked up position, she don't want you to see her sweat like she kept hopping online. Court? Who's in court? Girl, the court documents that we just showed your asses in court. I'm not in court. Like, girl, stop it. It's okay, Kenya. People fuck up sometimes, okay? People have situations in their lives that don't necessarily go in the direction they want them to go in. Everybody know your money is funny. Your money is very ha-ha, girl, because you're not on the show no more. And it's all right. It's okay. Take this as a learning experience. Stop hopping on social media talking shit about people because you're bitter that your ass got fired. Let's continue.
Jobs. I will find a way to tune in and support for sure.
You have jobs, but you ain't your job. You have no money to go down there on the 19th of February and make that first $43,000 payment, though. Girl, you a self-read in here.
Trailer for
self-read. Talking about you got jobs, but you ain't have no damn money to go down there. That's what I'm talking about. Jobs produce money, girl. Jobs, but you volunteering on your job? I don't know, girl. But let's continue on because Married to Medicine. Let's get into some Married to Medicine where what's his child name? Toya. Toya is throwing a little subtle shade at Heavenly Child. Y'all know them two never got along. I don't ever see them two being friends. I don't ever see them being friends. But let's get into it, child. So Toya Bush-Harris, child, describes Dr. Heavenly as fraudulent. Oh, not fraudulent, girl. Right before she run for office, that's what you're putting out there. And said that Dr. Jackie, as secretive as Toya, wants Angel to be authentic and live her truth. Let's get into this, child. This seems a little juicy. Shout out to Bravo Shade.
I would describe Dr. Simone as the cutest little watermelon. She comes off as hard, but she's so not. So soft and sweet on the inside. Honestly, I would describe Dr. Jackie as she's secretive. You know, I feel like there's so much to Jackie that she just does not show. I don't know why. I don't know if she's as confident in the other Jackie. I would describe Jaquad as a cheerleader. She's her own cheerleader. She wants to be everybody else's cheerleader. So she's trying. How would I describe Heavenly? She's resourceful, fraudulent. She's intelligent, though. Dr. Contessa, that's my tall Barbie, but she's beautiful. I would describe Dr. Mimi as tired and overwhelmed. You're going to love Brandy. You are going to embrace her after this season and be like, she's a great fit. I'm saying that because she is genuinely, authentically herself. Her kids are fabulous and so cute. And her husband is her biggest cheerleader and supporter. If Angel can just be Angel, like Angel has a lot of opinion, I would describe.
What do y'all think about everyone that she described in this video? Y'all know she was going to throw major shade at Heavenly. Y'all already knew that fraudulent and resourceful. Girl, it's some shade.
A lot of
let's continue.
Opinions. It's like she was living in it and we were like, yes, rooting for her. But then all of a sudden she started going in a different direction where we were like, is that really your opinion? Because if it was, then what you were saying here doesn't match. And so we need authentic people who are going to live in their truth, you know, not try to change it later, not try to adapt to the audience and, you know, what they think the audience is going to love. You know, we want people to be themselves. A lot of opinions.
I agree. I do agree also that what's the child name? Dr. Jackie is very secretive. I feel like she's hurting inside a lot in her marriage and probably some other things she has going on, but she hides it very well. And she tries to be the mothering source on the show to other people's problems in an effort to not share her own. And I've seen that several seasons. Dr. Jackie don't really share what she's going through. I did see her have like a little slight breakdown when it came out that Curtis cheated on her and it became public. Like she did have a moment when the girls tried to like come around her and like kind of like hold her up, lift her up and kind of be supportive. She did have a breakdown moment. I was like, oh my God, is this emotions from Jackie? Because she's so straight faced about everything. Like you can never read what's going on with Jackie, but she do have that little sass, honey, where she would point you out, like what she was always calling Heavenly before they became fake friends, chubby, and telling Heavenly she always, you know, need to lose some weight and girl, you stop eating so much and it's not healthy. You know, she's trying to be the doctor. She tried to hide it behind being a doctor in terms of calling people fat because you know she out here with a whole boy body and whatnot. Was that a read? But anyway, so yeah, I do agree with how she described Jackie. Jackie is also a fucking mean girl. Let's put it out there. It's no wonder that she and Heavenly are fake friends because y'all act alike. Jackie is just silent with her mean girl bullshit, and Heavenly is very loud with hers. Y'all said very shady. Child. But y'all know I'm shady a little bit. But at the end of the day, I kind of agree with what she says with all of the descriptions of the women on the show. Simone is definitely loud and do I think she'll fight somebody? Probably not. She will scream the shit out of you though. You will think she probably fight. She will annoy the shit out of you to where you just don't want to fight no more because she's so damn loud and like a damn chihuahua. So yeah, I kind of get that she's like a watermelon. And she might be sweet on the inside too. I don't know, child. Maybe she's too sweet, which is why she's still over there with her damn husband, who she should have been got rid of because his ass don't bring shit to the table. They say. But y'all let me know what y'all think, child, on that. Let's move to the last topic. All right, because I gotta go, y'all. I got shit to do. So shout out to Housewives from Housewife when I saw this. Nene Leakes and Cynthia Bailey sat down to talk about how Cynthia ain't no punk, honey. How she would check Peter when they were married, because we always thought that Peter was like the rah in the relationship. But child, they said, Nene said, honey. She found out real quick that Cynthia got that ready to go in her, honey, when it comes to checking a bitch. And also when she and Peter were together, she checked his ass too. But let's get into it, child.
Well, Cynthia and Peter were, well, I actually thought Peter was mean. So this is not a secret because I tell him this on my podcast, and I think he already knows. I thought he was mean, and I thought Cynthia was more
He wasn't actually mean. He was just very direct. And there was no, he didn't sugarcoat things. He came out very raw on the Housewives.
But once I really got into Cynthia and Peter and really was in their household and we double dated and did all that stuff
we spent
together,
a lot of time together.
I really realized that Cynthia was the hard one, not Peter. Yeah. I really realized that Cynthia was actually over there.
She was the problem.
Yeah, she was the one over there beating up Peter.
No.
I was like, girl, you
50
beat
Cent
Peter up.
is
man.
alive and well. I'm just saying. But for the most part, I do choose peace. But it takes a very strong woman to be with Peter Thomas.
Well, honey,
100%.
when I saw Cynthia gather Peter one day, I walked out in peace. I said, honey, I never have to worry about my friend. I know she done beat Peter up. I ain't got to worry about Peter doing a thing to Cynthia.
Like, poor Peter.
Cynthia had Peter in there in tears.
Listen.
I walked out Cynthia's house at peace. I said, girl, go on, call me tomorrow.
Well, listen, I think, talking about misconceptions, I think that's one of my biggest ones. People think I'm a punk. They take my kindness for weakness. I'm like, look, I choose peace. Be clear. Now, if it ain't gonna be peace, we can talk about some things.
We can go somewhere. Right.
We can go somewhere with it.
Well, I think we know Cynthia got that turn up in her. We saw that interaction between she and Portia when they were on that boat. I was like, look at Cynthia over here. She was kicking the shit out of Portia when Portia was trying to fight her. Y'all remember that? I said, okay, that's kind of how I do. But y'all know Cynthia will kind of get you together because when y'all kind of push her, y'all remember the reunion too, where she and Phaedra arguing back and forth, where she was calling Phaedra send her get a job or win some cases or something. Like she was clapping back, and y'all know Phaedra is quick with her reads, honey. But Cynthia was like right on her heels. As soon as Phaedra was saying something, Cynthia was right back on her ass. I was just like, ooh, child. But so yeah, I can definitely see her checking Peter, but she appeared to be this weak person who kind of backed down whenever Peter would check her on the show when they were on Real Housewives of Atlanta, married or whatever. Peter is, as we all know, he's very arrogant, okay? And maybe it's just a Jamaican in him, okay? Maybe that's what it is. They say a lot, and nothing against anybody that's Jamaican watching me or that's in my chat. If you're Jamaican, they do say a lot of Jamaican men are very bossy and very arrogant, and Peter does give that whenever he kind of presents himself. He's very arrogant. And Peter got a little turn up in him too, but he's in shape for his age, because y'all remember when he got into it, he had a whole brawl, a whole fist fight with Kenya Moore's ex-boyfriend. Y'all remember that? What's the boy? Matt. Y'all remember Matt? The guy Matt that Kenya was dating, who was like a gym instructor or whatever. Matt and Peter got into a whole fist fight, and Peter was whooping his ass. And Peter was holding his own. I was like, damn. Okay, Peter. So Peter ain't no punk by any means at all, but I can see Cynthia checking his ass and putting him in his place. Even though he still owe you like thousands of dollars, he never paid you back for his restaurants that got shut down. But ultimately, did I think that the two of them were going to make it when they got married? Fuck no, I did not. I think that all the red flags were there whenever Cynthia was getting ready to marry Peter. And she still jumped into this situation because she wanted to save face. And ultimately, you wound up getting a fucking divorce. I knew that shit wasn't going to work out because of the type of person Peter is. Okay. But hey, Cynthia, she's the type of girl, she loves to be loved. But that was a bad decision to be with Peter. But they're not even friends anymore. Peter was talking some shit about her not writing him while he was in jail and not being supportive, as if she's supposed to always do that, being that y'all two are married. He's feeling like he wants this lifetime commitment to Cynthia, and she done moved on to a whole gay boyfriend and everything. Oh, did I say that? Yes, we did, girl. But let me know what y'all think. Sound off on all the topics we discussed. Okay, we talked about a lot of good stuff on this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed the show, because I gotta go. All right, let me look at some comments right quick before we get out of here. Said that Peter still says slick stuff about Cynthia. Yeah, he did. I didn't like it. Their relationship, I didn't like it. Said that she was married to Mike too. Yeah, she was married to Mike, and they didn't even stay married that long. Mike was a damn cheater, though. Okay, Mike was a cheater. I think Mike is with somebody else. He might be married again. I know he's dating this other girl. But he's moved on to a whole new relationship. Said that Patricia, y'all know that's what Nene named him, Patricia. Patricia was out here, honey. Said he deserved a peach since the first he did, y'all. He wanted to be a damn peach holder so bad. Tiffany says that yes, the guy who busted out Kenya's. Yeah, them two got into a whole fist fight, and Peter was holding his own. I was like, oh shit. So Katrina Taylor said that but he was the only one to get Cynthia to marry. Yeah, I always said I wanted her to marry Leon. I don't know why. I keep saying that. I just see the two of them just being married. It just seems like that's her soulmate or something, but she don't see it. I don't know. But she did say that she didn't want to be married again, and that's a good thing. Like, girl, don't get married no more, because it seemed like marriage is not for you. Rose says that Cynthia is a sweetheart. You have to watch out for those people when they get mad. Ooh, yeah. Because quiet people, honey, they will tear your ass up. I'm trying to tell you, them quiet ones be the crazy ones. You better watch them. Don't be pushing up on no crazy one and keep provoking and poking, child, because they will get your ass. Sexy Brown Bone, shout out to her. She says that when she tried to check out Phaedra at the table. Oh yeah, I said that baby. I hollered. Said that Nene. Nene was like, Cynthia spit it out. Yeah, Cynthia got a little fire in her though. You got to push her. I've noticed that watching her on the season though. She got a little fire. She sit back real quiet, but if you push her, she'll read and check your ass. She will. Ami 8753 says it. Yes, and yes, said that Peter is 100% arrogant and dramatic. All of that. All of that. He's very arrogant. I could not deal with his ass. Rose said that Cynthia put them feet on Portia. She did. She was kicking the shit out of Portia. Portia kept coming back, and Cynthia's feet was like this on her ass. I was like, girl, just sit down. Just sit down. She ain't gonna let you in, girl. She's kicking the shit out of her. Katrina Taylor said that that's the Alabama coming out. See? Them Alabama girls to get you, honey. The Memphis girl and Alabama girls, all right? And those what's the other girls, child? Baltimore girls too. They'll tear your ass up too. All right, New York girls. Okay, we got New York in the house. Hey, they'll tear your ass up too. Sexy Brown Bone says that Nene always said that Cynthia got two sides. Yeah, she does. Woo! All right, so let's get a couple comments and then we gotta go. All right, Deborah Holder says that Dr. Jackie cares about appearances and how she comes off to people, so she can't be her total self. Almost wanted to be her. Yeah. She got up there and with that whole press conference when she said that about pregnant women don't need days off. I was like, the hell they don't, baby. The last couple weeks of my pregnancy, bitch, I needed to be home because I was irritated. My feet were swole. Y'all know how it is, child, when you carrying a child. You don't want to be at work every day. They should go to work. They're wanting doctors to write them out, and when they're okay, they can go to work. Girl, I get it, you a doctor, but unless you carry the child, some of that shit you do not understand, right? You just don't understand. When you pregnant, the last few weeks or months in your pregnancy, you want to be home and lay down and rest. You tired. You carrying another human. So don't tell a woman that she faking or just wants you to write her out of work. And I'm a doctor. I know what it. No, baby, no. If she's telling you, please write me out because, bitch, I need to be home. That's just what the hell it is. All right, so I'm 8753 said it. 50 Cent said that Peter definitely needs to be checked regularly. Good for Cynthia. Right. All right, one more. Let's get one more. All right, D Nice says that Toya is a blog to me. Her and Simone, in my opinion, believe that they were going to be the it girls of the show from what I remember in the beginning. Yeah, but I got to give it to Toya because Toya is carrying this season. Toya is working this season. All right. Never thought I'd say it, child. But Toya is bringing what needs to be brought this season for the show. So she's pushing the girls. She's making them work. I mean, hell, she's the one that put out, so she's the one that put out the information about, somebody just sent me a message and it just threw my whole concentration. She's the one that put out the information about Heavenly's son going to jail for that whole situation, right? Otherwise, she would have never talked about it, which then pushed Bravo and Andy to tell Heavenly that she had to make that a part of her storyline where her son was arrested. So shout out to Toya for that, because otherwise, Heavenly would not have given anything this season. She'd have been in everybody else's damn business. But thank y'all so much. Great commentary, Caramel. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much, Bernadette Clemens. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I got to go, y'all. I'm rushing. Thank you so much to my top flight moms, Rose Armstead, True TV Podcast, and Tiffany Thomas. Thank you to all the content creators. You guys know who you are. Also, yeah. Also, thank you to everyone in the chat, everyone in the bushes. Thank you all. Love you guys down. Until the next video, you guys have a wonderful day. Let's get the music up so y'all can have a good one. Bye.
Caramel. Let them know. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Stay coming through, giving all the people hell. She got the dopest type of tea, can't you tell? If you want the real spill, ring that bell. Join the Caramelian crew right now. Whole squad lit, we don't back down. Kick back, relax, enjoy the show. But hit that like button though. Stepping in the room, whole vibe shift quick. Pressure on 10, yeah, the tea stay thick. No cap, no filter, straight facts I spit. If it's hot in the streets, I'm addressing it. Caramel dripping, sweet but savage. Mic in my hand, I do real damage. Comment section jumping, crew stay active. Caramelian gang interactive. I don't sugarcoat, I titleize. Real recognize, real every time I slide. If the drama too loud, I amplify. Cause you know that she's a vibe, certified. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Stay coming through, giving all the people hell. She got the dopest type in tea, can't you tell? If you want the real spill, ring that bell. Join the Caramelian crew right now. Whole squad lit, we don't back down. Kick back, relax, enjoy the show. But hit that like button though. Like, coming, subscribe. We outside. Like, coming, subscribe. We outside. Caramelian crew worldwide. Turn the volume up real loud. She a whole mood, no doubt. Yeah. It's your girl, Caramel. Stay vibing, stay subscribed. Let them know.